So Porygon-Z is a more speedy special attacker, more of a sweeper on a special attacking side than Porygon 2. Pretty much they took away some of his defense and put it in special attack and speed, which is pretty good when you have 135 special attack. It's pretty high. Like, you can do a lot of damage with 90 speed, which is good enough to where you can make it work. 85 health is pretty good. You're not 85 health with 70 defense and 75 special defense. Pretty much means that you're just bulky enough not to be, well, the health is really good. He's not a glass cannon pretty much. With 80 attack, it's decent. With the health and the bulk, he's a sweeper that isn't just a glass cannon, which is really good. His abilities are adaptability, download, and analytic. Analytic is pretty much useless in Porygon-Z, honestly, because you only get the boost if you move last in a turn. So even in doubles and stuff, that you have to move last. And with 90 speed, you'll very rarely move last. So really, adaptability and download are his two best abilities. Download's really good if you switch it on something that has high defense or just has low special, something where its defense is higher than special defense. Download's really good, but download can kind of screw you if you're forced to switch it on something with high special defense. And adaptability is just a really good ability because stab does 2 times damage instead of 1.5. But he's also pure normal, so he only gets the adaptability boost on normal type moves because you only get on stab. But being pure normal, I mean, it's the most normal typing. Like, you're weak to fighting and you're immune to ghost. You hit everything neutral except for ghost, which ghost is immune to normal, and steel and rock resist you. But other than that, you hit everything neutral. So making use of that ability with adaptability, life orb, hyper beam shreds just about anything. Even without a modest nature, hyper beam is going to do a ton of damage with this. But Tri-Beam, Thunderbolt, Psyshock, pretty much the main thing of this one is you're just going to Tri-Attack, Adaptability, everything down. Because with the stab, with the adaptability, but you're going to hit everything neutral. So pretty much you just want to adaptability everything down. And if they bring in something, like if you have low health or like, and you're bulky enough to where you can hit something, take a hit back, and then hit them with another Tri-Beam and KO them. Or if Thunderbolt's super effective, or if they're really specially bulky, you can use Psyshock to whittle them down with their defense stat, because Psyshock, I have Psyshock over Psychic. You can run Psychic here, but I like the fact that Psyshock hits their defense. There's a couple other options you can run instead of Psyshock or Thunderbolt. Like, these two moves are just what you want coverage wise. Like, you can run Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, you can run Psychic if you want more damage, but not the Psyshock. Shadow Ball, Ghost Normal is really good coverage because you hit everything at that point. But it's whatever you want in that last spot. You could get rid of Thunderbolt, honestly, for Shadow Ball if you just want to hit everything neutral and not have to worry about that. But pretty much you want to whittle things down. Once your health gets low and you know you're about to get KO'd, just throw out a massive Hyper Beam. With one, Hyper Beam is 150 base power, plus the adaptability, which makes stab do 2 times, plus the Life Orb, which is extra damage. So that Hyper Beam is going to do a lot of damage whatever comes in. And even if they KO you after the Hyper Beam, like if it survives the Hyper Beam and KO you, just bring something faster with priority and KO it. So this Porygon can definitely get 2 for 1s or 3 for 1s depending on the matchup. But pretty much this Porygon is just all attacks. Just coverage. Tri-Beam for stab, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Psyshock. Again, you can run whatever 3 coverage moves you want with Tri-Beam, Tri-Attack, whether it's a Dark Pulse or whatever. But the plan with this one is with a download, you want to switch it in on something that is really bulky. So like a Rhyhorn or something that has a higher defense stat than special defense. You want to switch it in so you boost your special attack and speedy nature, because you're going to get a +1 special attack. So you want the speed, you want to outspeed with Life Orb. And you just come through and cover everything out because you have good coverage. So you want to just hit everything super effective and try to one-shot them with your 135 special attack, which should be at a +1. But another way to run Porygon is, again, the same with this. You want to switch in on something that has higher defense and special defense. So you get the download boost, and then you take a hit, you nasty plot and take a hit or whatever. You nasty plot, then you'll have a +3 special attack with the 90 speed, timid nature, and you just one-shot everything. Again, and last 2 moves, Dark Paw. I like Psyshock. I would say run Psyshock on this one for sure, so they don't bring a special ball and just shut you down. But you just coverage them out, hit them super effective, and KO everything with your +3 135 special attack. Porygon is really good at that. But Dynamax Porygon, I would run Hyper Beam, Zap Cannon, Blizzard, and Dream Eater. Psychic Dream Eater brings the Psychic Terrain. Blizzard, you gotta watch out for the hail, but at the same time, that's a lot of damage and good coverage. Zap Cannon brings the electric terrain. Again, a lot of base power and Dynamax. Same with Hyper Beam, and Hyper Beam lowers their speed. But if you want more effects off of it, he doesn't learn anything. He doesn't learn any poison moves, which kind of sucks. Ghost Dynamax lowers, I think, their special defense. You could also run Solar Beam if you want the grassy terrain. There's no reason to run Thunder. Yeah, I would run either Dark Pulse. I wouldn't even run Dark Pulse or Shadow Ball. If you're running Dynamax Porygon, I would say Hyper Beam for stab, guaranteed. Because you're getting the download. You still want to get the download, but so you have a +1. And then I would either say Solar Beam, Zap Cannon, Blizzard, or Dream Eater. Just between 3 of the 4 of those. And maybe Dark Pulse or Shadow Ball. I wouldn't really recommend it, though. I would say one of these. Stick between one of those. But some of the other things you can do, you can also Choice Scarf trick a Porygon, too. Instead of, well, you can just, if you want to, you can run Max Speed, Scarf Trick, something like that. But he also learns Foul Play, which uses your opponent's attack stat. So even though he doesn't have the greatest attack, you don't have to invest for a Foul Play, so that could come in clutch. Speed Swap, you can make use of that with certain scenarios, or if it's something that's really fast but frail, like a Ninjask maybe, or something like that, you can Speed Swap, or in doubles, if your ally is slower. Like a slower, bulkier Pokemon, like Wishy-Washy, for example, something that has really good stats but slow speed or low speed, just speed swap with them. That way, it's like they have all good stats, and it takes your speed stat directly. So whatever you speed swap with will have a 90 speed, which is really good. He also has agility. You could run agility. If you run agility, I would run Modest, but just, I mean, you could agility download, so you'll have a +1 on special attack and a +2 on speed. I would run a Sash though, just to be safe and to be sure you don't get blown up. But some of the other moves he learns, Pain Split, I wouldn't really run that on him. He learns Recovery, has some Sustain, but he doesn't learn any Calm Mind or anything like that. They really could have gave him Cosmic Power, and that would have been powerful. Substitute's an option. I wouldn't run Trick Room on him, he's too fast. You could do some Ally Switch. You can do some Ally Switch or some Conversion and Conversion 2 shenanigans with him. Again, if you want to do something crazier. But Area Impulse lowers their special attack by 2, and if you're faster than them, you can make use of that. Gravity. You could Guard Swap, really? I wouldn't use Guard Swap on him. Some of the things, I wouldn't use Guard Swap on him. I think that's better for Porygon too. But he has some moves, like, I think he still learns Psych Up. Don't quote me on that. Let's see, does he learn Psych Up still? Psych Up could be a really good option too. But Pokemon Showdown is not updated, so I don't know if he learns. I don't think he learned Psych Up, actually. That's not how you spell Psych Up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think he learned Psych Up. Yeah, he doesn't learn Psych Up, so it is what it is, again. But that's how you use Porygon-Z in Pokemon Sword and Shield.